So you think, so what I always say in residential, when you're starting out, you have to get in the game somehow. Like, so I would say join a team, do whatever you know, like you did, like I did, you got to check your ego at the door. Totally. What do you need? You know, let me grab you a coffee. How can I help your team?
Yeah.
You know, even if it's not selling real estate, whatever it is. And it sounds like you know, with the friend of yours or a connection, getting you in the door was really, you know, what helped you. I just think so many people come down and, you know, financially, that's the other thing. I mean, you know, I remember it took me 5 years really to start making any money. I mean, you know, how I think a team, you probably have to have a side hustle. Like how is a new agent supposed to survive financially? What can they expect the first 1 to 2 years realistically?
Yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head. You know, when you're starting off as an agent, you need to just be a sponge and absorb everything. I always give younger agents that are starting out the advice that the best thing you can do is join a team. Work under somebody that's an expert that can really show you the ropes and point you in the right direction, so you're not wasting a bunch of time on things that aren't going to help fast track your career. But aside from that, another great point you made is always make yourself useful. I tell people that all the time, and that's been one of my keys to success is if I can't help out filling the gaps one way, I'm going to figure another way to provide value. And I think that just is a great mantra to live by, no matter what field you're in, no matter what stage in your career you're in. But being a real estate agent, especially since most of us are on a commission-only paycheck, you really have to kind of have more than one stream of income. I think anybody does in this day and age. You can't just have one field that you're in. You know, whether you're in finance, you're in aerospace, you're in real estate, like whatever it may be, you have to be multifaceted. And then also as an agent, especially before you really have a lot of income coming in, budgeting is huge. Totally. You know, like you can really put yourself in a bad position where you're not going to be able to focus on your job and be able to do the things that are going to help you achieve a high income if you're not budgeting right. So, you know, that fake it till you make it business model really doesn't work, especially in a place like Miami where you're not impressing people. I mean, every other car, like a Toyota Camry back in Connecticut, is like a Lamborghini down here. So who are you fooling? And that is not a path to longevity. I think being humble, learning, checking your ego at the door, and just becoming an expert, because that's what I see the best new development agents and real estate agents on the general side. They're experts in their market, they're experts in their field, and that is what makes a client trust you. And that's our job, is to have our clients trust and help them, guide them through a major financial decision in their life.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned the fake it till you make it. I mean, I think nowadays, and this is part of this podcast, is really to let people know, if you're looking on Instagram and looking at real estate, all you're seeing is $1 million sales. Okay. And I've sold 100 million this year. I did 200, I did 300, you know, that means nothing to the individual. People get way carried away, you know, just because you're not doing that doesn't mean you're not great at what you do.
Right.
I mean, I think the fake it till you make it has gotten out of control. I remember someone told me years ago when I first got started, you know, do not try to be your clients. Just always remember that.
That's good advice.
And he's watched many people get burned. And I think in Miami, you know, so often, I've got to rent the yacht. I've got to rent the car. I've got to buy the car. Like none of that matters. Like they don't care about you driving. Your clients don't care about that. Yeah. They want you to know the market. They want you to be honest and trustworthy. So I think a lot of people get caught up with that, like the expensive apartment, and it means nothing to your business. No. And I probably about 4 or 5 years ago, and I know you did as well, I had a major lifestyle change. I mean, I started out in this business where I'd be going out 5 or 6 nights a week, client dinners, you know, just late nights all the time. I mean, I was burning it like you wouldn't believe, just like you were.
Yeah.
I thought originally, oh, well, you have to go out to meet people. Have I met people? Met a ton of people. But I meet more people in the gym. I meet more people during the day at lunch. I meet more people at coffee, networking, running, biking. So I've drastically changed that lifestyle, and I know you have too. So share a little bit about, how your lifestyle is and how that's changed, and you've become more successful because of it, and you, like me, used to go out all the time. We were in every scene there was. So how has that changed for you mentally, physically? Where are you at now?
Yeah, I mean, I think coming to Miami, you can choose two paths. You can really take advantage of the weather, the healthy lifestyle, the healthy food choices, all of like the fitness outlets that you have, and really, just perfect yourself as a person, get in shape, get mentally healthy, and or the other path is to just get sucked up into the social scene, which is really alluring. Yep. I mean, it's amazing. That's what Miami's known for, but that's it's not a path to success. Maybe if you're in the nightlife business, but aside from that, I find that conversations after you've been drinking all night with, even if it's a potential client, those aren't real conversations that are going to help you get business, and they're not lasting memories. Mm-hmm. So like you said, meeting people for lunches, meeting people at the gym, or, just something that's more productive time-wise is going to really improve what you're trying to do. Don't have transactional relationships. I always try to forge real relationships with people. So don't think of, a client, just call them whenever you have like a hot property you want to sell, or a new listing, or you want to show them something. Actually build a real relationship with them, ask them how their family is, like keep tabs on their kids' birthdays and important things to them, to make that be like an actual long lasting relationship. I think that's really important. And then, in terms of what I went through, like I said, I was basically living like a rapper. I mean, it was great at the time, like hitting the nightclubs, VIP, bottles, the whole shebang. And, it took a toll on my body. And, my sister, after the pandemic, went through a real serious health scare, and it just put things in perspective for mm-hmm. me. So I realized that I wasn't a spring chicken anymore, and it was time to get serious about my health. So I completely eliminated alcohol. Mm-hmm. I figured that was one of the vices that I didn't love so much that I couldn't just cut it out of my life. And after I did that, I mean, it was just to the moon. Like totally. Every aspect of my life got better.
I feel like nowadays people are starting. I mean, by the way, if you do consume alcohol, this isn't
no big deal. Yeah. I'm not trying to judge anybody, but look, that's just what worked for me personally.
Totally. And my lifestyle has changed that way as well. Mm-hmm. And it's just, I don't know. It's almost like a power drug. It's like you remember your conversations, you're up early, you're getting after it. I think we're also seeing a major transition in, society in general, where people are sort of getting it. You don't have to do that anymore. It's almost like, I think when we were growing up, it's like going out for drinks. It's great. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. But if you're trying to be super successful, it's just not the best thing to be super clear, mental clarity, getting up and getting after it, especially when you're on the health kick, mm-hmm. taking care of the family. And I think, being in the real estate business, you can go have a great night with your friends and stay out all night. You might get a call at 8 a.m. saying, hey, Jake, I need you to open up, the development here. Yeah. I've got a big client coming in. So you never know when things are going to pop up. So, I mean, for me as well, it's been incredible. And I know from watching you, it has as well. And I think the message is, you don't have to, if you think you have to go out to every opportunity and meet these people and stay out all night. It's not the case anymore, especially with social media and these other things. So
yeah, there's so many other ways where you can catch people and engage with people that you don't need to be in that type of social environment. And again, you know, if you like to have some wine every now and then, some drinks to take a load off, I'm not telling you that that's a bad thing to do. Mm-hmm. You know, it's a case by case basis, whatever works for you personally. But I just feel like you said, I just feel 10 times sharper by not waking up hungover in the morning, groggy, wondering, you know, what I have to do today. Like I'm on a mission every day, and, you know, and then throw being a father in the mix.
Oh yeah.
I've got no time to play around. So, you know, very focused, very driven. And if you want to have that laser point precision on what you're doing, you need to make some sacrifices one way or another.